There we go. Make my way back to you. Alrighty, so let's dive on in. Welcome to the Yoga Teacher Collaborative and our Friday weekly live shows. I am your host, Laura Green. I am a yoga teacher. I've been teaching yoga for nearly 14 years. I've been practicing yoga for nearly 22 years. I am also an author of the book Teaching Chair Yoga and a business mentor for yoga teachers, helping you thrive in both your business and how you're showing up as a teacher. Today's topic is going to be covering both of these. We're going to be looking at how you can use astrology to inspire you in both your business and in your class sequencing, and really allowing you to come at this topic curiously skeptical. If you had asked me maybe 2 years ago about astrology, it's something I knew very little about. I could tell you that my star sign was Scorpio, and that any time I read anything about a Scorpio, it didn't resonate, and therefore it was all a load of BS. So let me know if that is or was your starting point. I definitely had friends in my life that were really interested in astrology, and I would find their conversation interesting, but I would take them with a pinch of salt. And as we know, you can never predict the trajectory that your life is going to be on. All I predominantly focus on is forward momentum, always putting one step in front of the other. I'm not really a goal setter. I'm not a planner. I just focus on forward momentum and smile at wherever I find myself. So through a series of twists and turns, I am now 8 months into an astrology training. And this astrology training is looking personally at recoding your birth chart and also collectively. And starting that journey into a more deeper dive in astrology, prior to that was probably a year of starting to dabble in it. So I'd say I'm about 18 months, which isn't that long, into my passion for astrology. And what got me hooked is not understanding the personal, but understanding the collective. So we know as yoga teachers that there can often be a collective vibe, a feel. Sometimes you might have pre-planned in advance yoga classes for a month or something, your sequences, if that's how you sequence. And then one day you turn up to teach your class, you have this sequence or lesson in your mind, but then when you're in the room, it's just not appropriate for the energy, for the vibe, for what's going on with your students. So in the spur of the moment, you throw that lesson plan aside and you adapt more to the energy in the moment. Or it might be that you find naturally that you plan your classes week to week, or maybe in the class, and that your classes are quite different every week. And your students come up to you at the end of class and they say, and let me know in the comments if this happens to you, "Oh my God, are you psychic? That was just what I needed today." Now, I know that happens to all of us because it happens to all of my friends that teach yoga. Our students, honestly, they either think we're psychic or that we spy on them, because we manage to deliver classes that are just what they need. Even if you teach normally a strong vinyasa practice, maybe that week you just felt this intuitive knowing that you needed to teach a more grounding, earthy, rooted class, and your students come up and say, "Oh, that is just what I need." So let me know in the comments if that has happened to you. And then what also happens is I have a few students that go to classes with me, and they also go to classes with my friends and my colleagues in the local area. Now, I maybe haven't chatted with my yoga teaching colleagues that week, but our students say, "Oh my God, your two classes were almost identical this week," or "Your themes were exactly the same, but the execution was different." And there seems to be this kind of buzz when, as yoga teachers, we're all offering a similar theme, maybe interpreting it differently. So what is it that is inspiring us? And as I started to learn more about astrology, and specifically the current transits, so what is happening in the cosmos in the planets right now, I realized that's what I was tapping into. That's what was affecting my students. You know, we are all aware on a very superficial or simple level, I mean, how we are affected by the fluctuations of the moon cycle. Some people feel it more obviously, some people feel it more naturally. What's the word? My brain went for a second, coming back. So some people feel it more noticeably, some people not so much. But the vibe might be that in a new moon, people might feel more reflective, a little bit more restful, a little bit more drawn to the hibernation. In the full moon, our students, everything is enhanced. So their energy is enhanced, whatever emotions they're going through are enhanced. The full moon brings things up to illuminate. But it doesn't just happen with the moon. I really believe so much more of what is happening in the cosmos affects us. Now, you can tap into this as inspiration for your classes and your sequencing, and you can also harness it for how you are showing up in your business. So this is what I started to dabble in, more consciously letting the cosmos inspire my class themes and more consciously choosing when to do things in my business around what is happening in the cosmos. Now, how do you start to share this in class when there's probably more skeptics than knowledgeable astrologers in there? The truth of the matter is, I don't think it matters whether you believe in astrology or you just let it inspire you. As yoga teachers, we're often looking for inspiration. And the astrology can give you themes and archetypes to explore. So let's just look cosmically at where we are right now. We have just had September. We're coming to the end of September. So September always has that back to school feel. We spoke about this last time we did the weekly live show. There is that get organized, get back to it, back to school vibe. Oftentimes, September is the 2nd January for yoga class. There's this fresh energy, this desire. But a lot of you have been saying in these first 2 weeks of September that you haven't had that. You haven't had the influx of new students that you'd normally get in September. Things have felt a little bit slower. Now, this is completely matched by what was happening in the cosmos. In the first 2 weeks of September, and I said this the other day, we had 7 planets in retrograde. Now, retrograde is this energy of putting on the brakes, of looking back, of reviewing, of working behind the scenes. It is not the usual September mad dash forwards. And 7 planets in retrograde, we haven't had for over 200 years. So no wonder many of us felt a slower beginning to September. Now, knowing this can stop the worry. You can move in harmony with the energy rather than going, oh my God, where are all the no students? Why is my September quiet? We go, okay. So the first 2 weeks of September has had this energy of review and reflect. Let me look on the organizational side of my business. We spoke about getting your Google My Business sorted. We spoke about getting reviews sorted. Now that all shifted on the 15th of September. And the next 2 weeks of this month, starting this week and next week, actually do have a much more fast forward moving momentum. Mercury is out of retrograde. It is within the waxing moon phase, which is the energy of do, get busy, get stuff done. And we have the full moon next Friday. So this week and next week is the time for you to be shouting about your yoga classes, inviting new people to come along, to be getting really outwardly proactive in your business, for allowing your classes to be a little bit more dynamic than normal. And then also in September, we had that Virgo season. We're now just shifted into Libra. The Virgo is that energy of healthy routines. So marketing your classes in September is very much about stressing the health benefits of yoga. Not so much the spiritual side, but the physical body. Virgo isn't such a spiritual energy. Physical body, physical routines, health. But now, as we're coming into Libra season, how can this inspire your classes? So it doesn't matter what someone's individual zodiac sign is. We are all affected by the 12 zodiac signs because each one lasts for about a month and gives the flavor to that month. So starting now and for another month, the flavor is Libra. So Libra is the scales. Libra is the sign of balance, of fairness. And I love that Libra season starts at the same time of the autumn equinox. What is the equinox? It is about balance, equal light and equal dark. So how can Libra season, the energy that everybody is feeling, inspire your teaching right now and your business right now? So let's think about this. Libra, that is about balance. So if you were marketing your classes right now, you could be tapping into people's desire for balance. So have people lost their work-life balance? Are people not carving out time for their own needs? Talk to that. When was the last time you put some focus on your own needs? When was the last time you committed to a hobby outside of work? When was the last time you felt balanced in your emotional health, your physical health? Talk to your students about the balance in their life right now and in your marketing, because this is the energy that the cosmos is awakening in them. So you can talk straight to that. Then in your yoga classes, you could be outwardly talking about Libra season or not. You could just be drawing on the theme. So what in asana and pranayama cultivates balance? So it could be things like Nadi Shodhana, the alternate nostril breath that brings balance. It could be Samavriti breath, balancing the energy of our inhale and our exhale. It could be a yoga class that is split in two halves. The first half, a more yang energy, active, doing, moving forward. The second half, that is more restorative, yin, longer shavasana. How could you be letting the themes of the cosmos inspire you? And when you are inspired by the cosmos, you are in harmony with the energy everybody is experiencing. So that's really simple. Looking at where the sun is in the 12 zodiacs and not just thinking, I'm not a Libra, it doesn't mean anything to me. It means everything to you. Every one of the 12 zodiacs represents an essential theme that it is to have a human existence. Every zodiac is of relevance to you. And when you find one that doesn't feel of relevance, it could be because you're suppressing that part of you. So August was Leo, which is the playful lion, the showman. It's about love and celebration and stepping into the light. If that doesn't resonate with you, it's actually because it's probably you've repressed that part of you. What has made you feel like you don't have the right to shine? So please see all of the zodiacs as relevant for every single person. Now, more than that, where the sun is affects the energy of our classes. Where the moon is in its phases affects the energy of our classes. But other happenings in astrology also affect the energy, the vibe. We are heading towards an eclipse portal. Eclipse portals are powerful change and transformation, but especially when you work actively with them. This year, 2023, we have seen a lot of powerful changes in the cosmos. We have had changes in Saturn, changes in Pluto. We have had changes in the nodes. Now, normally, I wouldn't have noticed this so much, but I've really stepped back from the busyness of my life in 2023 and have been refocusing on my health in alignment with astrology, and my health has dramatically improved because I've been working with the change in the cosmos. So as we're coming to this eclipse portal now, and the new moon, which I think is the 14th or the 15th of October, is coming with a solar eclipse. So if you're going to mark anything in your diary, mark, I've got to double check, I think it's the 15th, 14th or 15th of October. Powerful new moon in Libra with an eclipse portal. That is a time to start change and transformation. So it's much bigger than just the signs of the Zodiac. But start there. Look at what sign of the Zodiac the current month is. What does that mean in your business? How can that inspire your classes? So what does Libra mean for you in your business? We spoke about marketing your classes by stressing balance, but also how is your balance in your business? How are your boundaries around your work-life balance? And that is notoriously challenging for yoga teachers, because yoga is your life. That doesn't mean your business is your life. Are you doing social media, answering emails late in the evening that's interfering with family time? Is it interfering with the intimacy in your relationships because you're on your phone answering a work-based email? So Libra is about fairness and balance. So as we head into the next month, I want you to put some boundaries in place around the hours of your work-life balance. Because we're not a 9 to 5, I am working every night this week. I'm working all day Sunday. So that means I need to really protect the time I have off on Saturday, not pick up my phone, not answer messages, not be accessible. So Libra season, look at the balance in your life. Market your classes by saying to people, how is the balance in your life? Are you getting time for you? Are you getting time for yoga? Is work taking over? In your classes, look at balancing energy, day and night, yin and yang, samavriti breath, nadi shodhana, longer relaxation. There is endless inspiration here. Now, something I just want to briefly touch on, but it's very lengthy, is looking at your own birth chart. So we've been talking about current transits, what's happening in the planets now, today. Looking at your own birth chart can also help you understand how you show up in your business. So I'm going to try putting on a screen share so that you can see my birth chart. And when you see someone's birth chart, it's akin to reading their diary. Looking at someone's birth chart, when you learn to read them, tells you all about them. But there's important things on your birth chart that help you understand how you show up as a teacher and how you show up as a business. So things to look for is MC. MC, this is your midheaven. So this shows the flavor that you bring to your career, the flavor you bring. And now you want to look at places in your birth chart in relation to the sign of the zodiac they're in, and also the house they're in. So my flavor of my career is in Aquarius. Aquarius is about community, about humanitarian work, and about you, progressing things, bringing things forwards. So in the flavor in my career, I'm always going to be an innovator. So when I am looking at what workshops I'm going to run, what courses I'm going to put on, I never look at what already exists. I don't worry about fitting in with the status quo. I look at what I want to invent, what I want to create. And that's because my MC, my flavor of my career, is in Aquarius. Now, again, Aquarius being the sign of humanitarian and community. So that is why I host this group, the Yoga Teacher Collaborative. It's why I'm here doing free work to support our community, our humanitarian advancements as yoga teachers, and how we are making the world a better place. I didn't have a choice about that. It's right there written in the stars. And also this is in my 9th house. So my flavor of career is in my 9th house. So ninth house represents foreign travel and philosophy, which is reason why I run so many retreats, why it comes naturally to me. So it helps you show what comes natural to you and what doesn't. And we want to move forwards in the direction of what is natural. So flavor of my career, foreign travel and philosophy. Some of you are coming on the retreat next month to Rishikesh. Of course, that makes sense. It's yoga. We're going to Rishikesh. It's for Navaratri. We're looking at philosophy. It's 100% here in alignment with my birth chart. And then you can also look over here in my sixth house, which is Scorpio. I have a lot of energy. My sun, my moon, Saturn, and Pluto, all in my sixth house. So sixth house is the sign of service, which is why I do so much work that's actually for free, because I am here to be of service. And I trust that when I show up in alignment with the work my soul is here to do, I will be rewarded. So I don't have to worry about, oh, I do all this work for free. Who's going to pay me to do work? I'm here to do my soul's work and trust that I will be looked after. And that is the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita. Do your Dharma and universal Dharma will support you. One other thing in my birth chart here is you can see this little K. This is Chiron. Now, Chiron shows your wounding. It is your wounded healer. And this for me is in my first house, which is the sign of the physical body. So Chiron shows you where you have had past wounds, like where you hold the plasters, the plasters on your wounds, but from that wound, you are most gifted at helping other people heal. So mine is in the physical house. Physical self is a lot of body image stuff. And yeah, I'm sure many of you have a similar story, but as a child, I was really bullied for my physical body. I was bullied for having tree trunks and everyone called me Laura legs, and I still only just beginning to wear shorts. But actually in my classes, I'm teaching so much about feeling good in your body, celebrating your body, because it's from that wound of not feeling good enough in my physical body that I'm able to heal. And then from that healing, share and inspire other people. So if you want to look at your birth chart, go to astro.com. I recommend signing in. It's free. If you sign in and create a free account, it stores your data so you can come back to it so that you can see, oh, where is my wounding? Where is my Chiron? Have I healed that? How can I be an inspiration to other people to heal? Where is the flavor of my career? And where is Jupiter? Jupiter is this figure 4. Jupiter is where you have luck and abundance. Mine is in Capricorn, which is about the long dreams, climbing steadily to the top of the mountain. It is in the 8th house for me. There's a lot of energy around there. Next to Venus, which is about love. And I'm in a very long-term relationship with my husband for 20 odd years. That all sits with that Capricorn energy. So you go to astro.com, pop in your information, save it, and see what comes from that. I'm just coming back to you. Alrighty, so that is an introduction to astrology, sequencing, and planning in your business. Now, my lovelies, if you would like to explore this with me more, I have a 12-month course starting next Friday, which is called The Realms of Emotion. It is around full moon, so we'll be having a session nearest to the full moon. We'll be looking at the sign of the zodiac that full moon is in, what emotions that brings to the surface, what life themes that full moon illuminates. And then we'll be using yoga, tantra, meditation, chanting to work with that theme of the zodiac for healing, exploration, and greater understanding. I will be teaching you how to read and interpret your own birth chart as to how each full moon will be working on you. So it might be that the full moon is going to be, the next one's in Aries, but Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, new projects, new beginnings, but you want to personalize that and know which house it's in for you. So I'll be teaching you how to do that. There's two options. You can do it by monthly installment, £35 a month, and you get the full moon yoga practice. You get a monthly energy forecast, a little bit like this. You get to learn how to read your own birth chart. And for those people that pay in full, you will be getting a hand-drawn birth chart by me. I'm just going to cover the name for privacy of this person. These are hand-drawn birth charts by me that get sent out to you if you pay in full. So I'd love you to come join me, the Realm of Emotions 12-month course. I'll share a link. The Realm of Emotions is for you and your personal journey, but I know it's going to absolutely inspire you in your business and in your teaching, because astrology, once you look at it, is so mind-blowing. It cannot help but positively influence every single aspect of your life. So, my lovelies, thank you very, very much for joining me today for this dive into astrology, for sequencing and your business. Remember, we're coming into Libra sequence season, so look at balancing your work life. Market your classes by getting people to consider balance in their life. Plan your classes in a way that creates balance. Look ahead to next Friday's full moon. Come and join me, Realm of Emotions. Look ahead to the 14th or 15th of October, the next new moon and the beginning of the eclipse portal. October's energy cosmically is beautiful. So may we all have a blessed, abundant, joyful, successful October. I will see you again next week for our weekly live show. Any questions, put them in the comments and I will share the link to the Realm of Emotions. Bye, my